It's no surprise, if you clicked through this video, you want to get better at Madden 26, and there's no better way than to learn from the best. Number one, Jonbeast just won his 4th Madden championship defeating Henry, and these are 3 essential tips that he used to secure that belt. And some of these I've already talked about here in this channel, so you know you can trust me, but at least one of them you've never heard before. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so up first, we're talking about, in my opinion, the most underutilized offensive trick here in this game. So Jonbeast is probably the best at doing this. His offense is almost entirely based on the playmaker ability. Now, you can get like QB playmaker on your quarterback. I don't know if it's available with MUT right now. Maybe some quarterbacks have it in regs, but it doesn't really matter. But here, we're just going to have a mesh concept with 2 drags here, right? Dobbs and Tucker Craft. And all we're going to do is playmaker. Just look at that. That play would have been absolutely shut down by their defense, right? Because we have 2 drags. They have an underneath hook zone defender. Boom. I mean, this is guarded very well. You see, boom, taken away. But I playmaker up. Not only is this hard plat not able to run up the field now, but neither is the hook zone, right? And so you can definitely set it up a different way, right? So if they had like a user on the field, right, either user and linebacker, all you really have to do, okay, they run with the crosser, now I playmaker this up, and then you try to obviously, you know, get it away from some of those other defenders. You know, if you want to put, like, Jonbeast really does a great job of putting a streak on the field to really run those guys off. And so now we're just going to take this snap again. This time we're going to playmaker up, and there it is. It's going to be wide open. So again, the same concept, just playmakering those guys up the field to get over the top of those underneath defenders. And then you can also see, because we have a streak on the field, our guys are going to just run underneath. All you're going to do, I forgot to mention, is hold the left trigger when you want to, before you want to playmakers. Hold the left trigger and then, you know, playmaker the guy up with the right stick. Watch Jonbeast do it in action.
Be able to fight versus adversity. Now we want to see, can Henry fight versus adversity?
Or if I Jameer Gibbs.
All right, so our second tip is going to be swish stick. Obviously, we all know about this one, but maybe for some beginner players, you want to know how to swish stick and how Jonbeast actually secured the belt. His game-winning interception in the championship was by utilization of the swish sticks.
Bunch to the left side, solo tight end to the right. Daniels back to pass.
So what's so good about the swish stick, right, and why we talk about it as Madden content creators almost every video, it seems like, right? Because it's the most fundamental piece to defense. There's no more one-play touchdowns. Oh, I got caught in a bad defense, my cover 3. No. You can swish stick everything in this game. So you see, we have a route combination like this that I talked about earlier. Boom. So we're just going to take this snap on offense, and then look at that. That pass, Tucker Craft wide open on the sideline. But if you played against me, you played against any other good Madden player, no one is going to be giving that up. You want to know why? Because what's going to happen is they're going to be using, let's just say, this linebacker, right? So all they're going to do is when the offense goes to take the snap, now I'm just going to swish stick. I'm going to swish stick twice, actually, because sometimes you don't get the perfect swish stick. But you see right here, I actually, you know, swish stick onto the slot corner. Boom. And then I swish stick onto this deep outside third. Boom. And then I'm coming down to take away the crosser. You see our bird hook does a good job of just standing right in the area of where they would possibly want to throw this. But, you know, when it breaks open, I would be right there to come down and shut it down for good with the swish stick. But it doesn't just work for over-the-top routes, right? If you wanted to say, okay, like you should be swishing everything, right? So if they called this route combination right here, right? And so if they go ahead and take the snap, I user here, and now I try to come down and take away their drags or their, you know, swing route to the running back. There is absolutely no reason why you should be giving up this route. Because unless they throw it like right here, it makes passing so much tighter and so much more difficult, because these windows are so much tighter now with the swish stick. Because now I'm already coming down and taking this away, right? I'm taking it away over the middle, and this is also guarded for long enough to where their eyes are going to come off of it. So swish stick, the best, you know, feature on defense here. And again, all you need to do is flick the right stick in any direction, or really to the player that you want to swish stick onto. But let's learn how to improve your swish stick. Alright, and so this is actually a question that I get a decent amount. BLT, how do I improve my switch stick? I need help with my switch stick. So all I like to tell people is just get into practice mode, dude. Come into practice mode, let the offense take the snap, and just practice getting onto the players that you want to be on. It's actually very easy. I didn't really have it mastered last year in Madden 25 or in college football 25, but this year, I mean, it's just effortless for me. There's sometimes where I don't play the game for a week and I still just get on and I'm really great with the switch stick. And I mean, it just makes passing so much more difficult again. All you're trying to do is flick the right stick in the direction. So it's really just a mind to just putting your mind and then your hands just in the right spot, just making them one. All you're doing, looking at your screen and trying to get clicked onto the exact guy. And you can see sometimes you mess it up and you have to like double switch stick or switch stick a few times, but the key is to just not be all over the place, right? So if they continue to go through this, you don't want to get clicked onto this guy, then bring him. Like, you could just kind of see how sometimes your guys just get, if you peel them out of position, it can absolutely ruin the play, right? So if they go ahead and take this snap right here, I get switched onto this guy, I don't really know when I look at that. B is wide open for a touchdown. So that's the key. Practice, 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 practice getting onto the right guy in the right spot, and your switch stick will become way better overnight. All right, so the final tip that we're going to talk about actually is something that all the pro players did an amazing job of utilizing, especially Jonbeast and Astro, is the new spin move. So really, you need to make sure that you're taking your finger off of the right trigger when you're doing this spin move. Now, different players in this game have different spin move animations, and I'm just right here in practice mode, offense only, so I can show you guys this. But you see, this is what happens when you spin with right trigger. That right there, you get kind of this slower spin animation. But really, what you want to do is take your finger off of the right trigger right before you're about to spin. So I want you to hold right trigger, but then before you spin, take your finger off it. You want to get that turbo as you're running, but when you actually spin is when you want to take your finger off of the right trigger. Now, we're going to watch some MCS tape. I'll tell you guys in the film room in just a second. But like I just mentioned, different players have different spin move animations. So Romeo Dobbs here, he has this little kind of small spin animation. There's guys like Randy Moss and Mutt that have this long stride spin. Take another player right here, Christian Watson, right? So we're just gonna be running, and then I'm gonna spin. And so Christian Watson kind of has the same spin animation as his teammate Romeo Dobbs. But I'm telling you guys, when you get online or you get in front of another defense, it makes a huge difference in just the speed of your spin. So you see, boom, once again, this is an RT spin. You can see just kind of how slow that is. But when you take your finger off of the right trigger, it makes it exponentially faster. And let's go see that in the MCS film room. All right, so here we are in the MCS film room. We're gonna be breaking down a couple of plays here where these guys utilize the spin move really well. So we'll start here with Astro against Henry. This is a behind the line of scrimmage spin. So all you really need to do is hold down the right trigger again to get that spin move behind the line of scrimmage, and then you're gonna see with your quarterback, you're able to spin out that defender. And honestly, it's kind of crazy because these behind the line of scrimmage spins with your quarterback are honestly better than the ones in front of the line of scrimmage. And then after the play, you can also just see Henry looking at Astro in absolute disgust. So that's the first play. Astro honestly had so many highlights in this tournament. It's honestly a shame he didn't win the belt, but you can see this is probably the best one that I saw. Boom, boom, spin out the whole team. Again, just shows you how overpowered the spin move is. Henry is looking in disgust. It's like, bro, what am I supposed to do? I'm telling you guys, all it is taking your finger off the right trigger when you're spinning, get that long stride spin, and you're walking in untouched. All right, so that's going to do it. 3 pro tips that won Jonbeast the second Madden 26 championship. Absolutely a great player here and someone that you certainly want to learn from. So hopefully that video helped you out. But if you want to learn the best offense in Madden 26 that no one's running right now, get ahead right now in Madden 26, click this video right here where I break down the Buccaneers offense. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.